So let's jump in to today's episode. Today I'm going to be sharing how learning guitar helped me master myself. So as a teen, I used to love Guns N' Roses. That face-melting solo in Sweet Child of Mine left me with my jaw on the floor. And in that moment, Slash became my idol. My dream was to be a badass rock star guitar player, just like him, but without all the heroin and crack cocaine. When I was 15 years old, most of my friends who were into rock and roll music all wanted to play the guitar. But the difference between shredding solos on your air guitar and nailing a song note for note on the real thing is like night and day. It requires years of focus, dedication, and practice. If you've ever sat down with a guitar in your hands and just started playing, the clumsy sequence of notes you hopelessly attempt to string together usually sounds like you're playing blindfolded. When you first start playing, you're going to really suck, and it's the phase that puts most people off from progressing any further. But with learning an instrument or any new skill, there are a handful of extremely valuable qualities that you'll need to develop if you ever want to make serious progress. I'd even argue that these qualities can dramatically improve other areas of your life and help you master yourself. And this is really the reason why I put this post together, is because the habits and the qualities that you learn from picking up an instrument and committing to playing on a regular basis, committing to improving yourself, they're directly transferable to other areas of your life and certainly to business as well. There is always that first stage, like I mentioned earlier, where you suck and you know it. Patience is a prerequisite to learning anything. As a beginner, everything is hard. Your brain is working on overdrive to figure out how to place your fingers on the right strings and pick them with your other hand at the same time, often failing miserably in the process. You are learning. With enough time and practice, the new motor skills your brain is developing will start to get ingrained deeper and deeper into your brain until they become automatic. You have to work with your brain and your body through repetition to strengthen the neural pathways that will allow you to make progress. This progress takes time, and there's going to be a long period at the start when everything you try to play feels almost impossible and requires absolute concentration and focus. The same applies when learning anything new, not just guitar. It could be cooking, dancing, video editing, or even how to use a washing machine in a foreign country. And don't judge, it's harder than you think. Believe me, when your washing machine is in Russian, you don't know what setting you're going on. So listen, all you need to do is apply a little patience, practice, and repetition, and you'll soon start to see improvements in whatever you're focusing your attention on. When you engage in deliberate practice often enough, you will start to notice things getting easier. Perhaps you can pick up on the subtle improvements from the previous session, and you now feel motivated to continue learning because you can see the fruits of your labor. So what separates the losers from the winners? Well, when you pair patience with consistent, deliberate practice, it just becomes a matter of time until you finally nail your favorite song. But there is one thing that could derail your efforts, at least in the beginning, and that's quitting. It's easy to get demotivated if you're stuck on a riff or a lick session after session. This is why most people never become the guitar hero that inspired them to pick it up in the first place. So it's this quality of consistent practice, when applied to other areas of your life, will help you make huge leaps in whatever you want to accomplish. If you start skipping practice sessions because you're stuck, it won't be long until your shiny new guitar will start collecting dust in your closet. For example, if you want to grow an online business and you follow a strategy that has been proven to work for others, it's likely you are going to come up against gut-wrenching challenges. Everyone does, but when you apply patience and consistency, you will learn from your mistakes, never give up, and eventually generate the income you want from your new venture. So this story rings true for me on many different levels, because I've tried multiple different business models, I've done multiple different courses, I've stuck to them to the letter, I've done exactly what they said in the course, but never seemed to get the results that they promised me. So I don't know whether this is just some marketing trick that they use to make me buy their program, but I've done legitimate courses with real students and real results. And what I've found is that most people don't get the results that are promised first time around. There's usually some challenge, some obstacle in the way that needs to be solved before you can move forward. So if you just quit and give up at the first hurdle, at the first sign of trouble, at the first challenge, then that idea of consistent practice and continuing to move forward regardless of the pain just goes out the window and you're not going to get the results that you want. So what are we doing here? Well, in my opinion, this is the pursuit of mastery. Whenever I discover a new fingerstyle guitar song on YouTube that seems almost impossible for me to play, I always remind myself that they were once at my level. And it's true for top performers in every field. They had to start from scratch and put in countless hours of practice until they mastered their craft. I truly believe that anything is possible so long as you have a strong desire to make it happen. So when you hear an incredibly complex, seemingly impossible piece of music, you recognize it's absolutely possible for you to nail it given enough time, patience, and consistent practice. I'm convinced that mastery is what leads to a truly fulfilling life. The process of taking an idea or vision and through hard work and determination, turning it into a reality is something we are all capable of. But it's not for those who want an easy, comfortable life. Whatever it is for you, whether you want to master the guitar, your relationship, or even a new language, make a commitment to keep striving towards mastery. Instead of trying to do lots of things at a mediocre level, why not focus your efforts on one or two skills or abilities and decide to master them? The journey to mastery is all about the person you become in the process. Having the discipline to sit down and put in consistent practice day after day will impact every area of your life. It will be easier for you to master new skills and ability because you understand how to learn and make progress. Consistent, deliberate practice is the key. You will soon prove to yourself that you can turn the impossible into the possible. And that's really the fruits that we get from reaching a certain level of mastery. And I'm certainly on that path, I'm not going to profess that I have mastered writing, far from it. I've not mastered the guitar, I've not mastered paragliding, but I'm on that journey. Give me 5 years, give me 10 years, and I'll be pretty fucking good at all of those things because I have focused on consistent, deliberate practice on a daily basis. Okay, so I'm not paragliding every single day, but I'm writing and I'm playing guitar. So think about it, what are you doing on a daily basis? And this is really important to pause and take note of, because if you're doing things on a daily basis that you're not happy with or that's having a negative impact on your life, maybe like drinking or smoking, then you're only going to compound the effect of those things. Do you want to be a master smoker? Do you want to be a master of alcohol? Do you want to be a master of the Xbox? What kind of benefit is that going to bring to your life? Now, I would say that hardly any at all. It's going to have an inverse effect. It's going to have a negative effect on your life. We all have the same number of hours in the day, guys, and if you're not focusing your time on positive, creative, constructive activities, hobbies, disciplines, whatever it is for you, then I would say you're wasting your time. I also think doing nothing is massively underrated. I mean, how many times have you sat there on the sofa and just sat with yourself, without your phone, without any music on, without a book, without your friends? I would say that most people could not remember a single moment where they've spent time on their own without looking at the phone and listening to music or whatever. So I would say that is also a valuable activity, to sit with yourself. What are you thinking about? What's running through your mind? How does your body feel? Are you energetic? Do you feel tired? Do you need a rest? Have you got some worries? What are you excited about? It's in these moments where we take a second for ourselves, we're actually able to join these dots together. When your mind's running at full speed all day, you don't really have time to digest the information that you're taking in, to ingest the new ideas and to join the dots. But when you sit with yourself, it's a little bit easier to help those ideas percolate. And you never know, that next opportunity, that next business idea, that next blog post or video you're going to create could come from that moment where you're sitting with yourself. Thank you so much for watching this video today. I know your time is extremely valuable, so if you've enjoyed today's content, please consider subscribing and clicking that notification bell so you get a notification next time I release another one of these videos. You can also leave me a comment below and let me know what part of this video resonated the most with you, or simply click that like button to let me know you enjoyed this content. And if you want to get your hands on a free 12-minute guided meditation that I recorded to help you manifest your dreams and create whatever you want in your life, go ahead and click the link in the description for your free download. And if you want to check out all the latest blog posts on my blog, dabsofreality.com, the link is down there below as well, along with my Instagram and my Facebook page if you want to consider following me on those platforms. Until next time, catch you on the flip side.